respectful, interesting, fun part. And we will welcome in somebody who I'm trying to avoid looking over in that corner because it's just driving me insane. But we're going to have Alexis come up from Coop's Cotton Candy and talk about cotton candy this morning and everything that goes along with that. So thanks and welcome.
Hi everybody, my name is Alexis Cooper, so that's how we get the thing Coop's Cotton Candy. I, owner, operator, chief sugar mama, wear all the hats, as a small business owner, as I'm sure we all do. So just a little bit about Coop's Cotton Candy. I offer dye-free and allergy-friendly hand-spun cotton candy and also custom packaged cotton candy for all kinds of events. My goal is to bring back the nostalgia of your childhood with ingredients you trust and an experience that you'll remember. So I currently offer 14 flavors of cotton candy. People are very confused when they walk up and said, I didn't realize that cotton candy could be flavored. It is just sugar, so you can flavor it any way you want to, but all of these flavors do meet all of the allergy restrictions that I try to abide by. So like I said, easiest way to kind of explain it is that my cotton candy is everything but sugar-free. So, made with USDA organic cane sugar, free from food dyes, artificial colors, artificial flavors, and it's allergy-friendly, so there's no gluten, there's no nuts, it's kosher, it's certified vegan, which yes, also does mean dairy-free. So the flavors you saw, like cheesecake, vanilla, those are completely dairy-free. This is a really, really good option for crowds because unless you were allergic to a specific ingredient, that is, so if you're allergic to a watermelon, obviously please don't enjoy the watermelon cotton candy. It's made with real watermelon, so you will have an allergic reaction if you try that one. But events that I go to, 99% of the people, as long as I can avoid gluten, they are all in. And I'll go back. One thing that people ask is, it is cane sugar. I've tried the coconut sugar, the Sweet and Low, the Splenda. It just doesn't have the right texture to it that I need for it to melt in the machine and turn into the beautiful cotton candy strings that we love and adore. If I use another kind of sugar, it just burns the machine, which is absolutely no fun for me or for you.
Or the machine.
Yeah, exactly. So why did I pick cotton candy? I wanted to start this small business, something to look forward to, something fun and nostalgic. I launched this business when I was 40 weeks pregnant with my second baby. I just had baby number 3 months ago, so I wanted to be something I definitely look forward to. I have a sweet tooth. I wanted to make better choices for my family. I don't want to give up sugar. I just want to make better decisions when it comes to sugar. And as I got into it, there's a huge opening in the market. I don't really know of anybody else in this area that offers what I do, which is really good when you're trying to make connections. There's not a lot of competition right now for me, but that also means that I have to travel quite a lot. I do Kansas City, I do St. Louis, I've gone to Illinois, Indiana, I've gone to Pennsylvania. If people want dye-free cotton candy, they kind of have to come to me at this point. Like I said, I offer hand-spun cotton candy on site. I do packaged goods, push pops, small tubs, large tubs, cotton candy cakes, even glow stick cotton candy. I can customize any of my stickers, so if you want your brand, your logo, your wedding monogram on it, I can do that. And I love partnering with businesses to attract guests to their booth. If you're in a sea of people and you're trying to get folks to kind of engage in what you do, and maybe you don't do something super, super fun like cotton candy, bringing on cotton candy, either me hand spinning or offering cotton candy, is a really fun way for people to interact with your business. So challenge 1, it's my business. Will someone care like I do about it? I've built this brand around me and my pink identity. I wear a pink jumpsuit to every single event. People have gotten to know me for that. Right now I have more work than I can manage. About at least twice a month I've got people wanting me to be in 2 places at the same time. I need reliable help, but I need somebody who can work like a gig worker schedule, and someone to care enough. It's a really young business, so reviews are absolutely crucial at this point. Challenge 2, I'm the only cotton candy offering in the area, so education has been a huge undertaking. People don't reach out because they don't know that it's an option. You know to maybe reach out to a bakery for cookies or a bank for this, or but if nobody knows you exist, they don't know the option is out there. I want to convince others to use their marketing budget better. Let's try to go outside, you know, the realm a little bit here, and then I can put your brand on any cotton candy that I have. Challenge 3, it might be time for me to rebrand. I love my chicken, but I thought I'd be doing backyard birthday parties, I'd be doing a lot of kids events. 90% of what I do right now is weddings or corporate events. So it might be time to find something a little more polished, a little more streamlined, minimalistic, and a more elevated look. Also challenge 4, it might be time to teach others. So in my previous life, I did high-level photo shoots. I was a photo assistant. So imagine me standing right here for this photo, spraying water on her. Those are the kinds of things that I did. So I did all of the background work for celebrity photo shoots, hospitals, album covers, and then I also did event production for very large events. I was just featured on a podcast that caters entirely to moms. It gained a lot of attention for me, and if there's a way to create revenue of a digital product, I do feel like I have some feedback that I can provide people that are young in the small business world. And that's me.
Excellent.
Alex, could you talk a little bit about like what we just discussed, like what you can do with these, with the drinks and for the weddings
Sure.
and stuff, and a little bit more about your products?
Yeah, so please make all of this cotton candy go away. My children eat plenty of it. I eat plenty of it, so this needs to go away. It is dye-free, so everything looks the same flavor, but it's not. I'll have a little circle sticker that says what flavor it is. Over there's an entire cotton candy cake. Somebody please take that. Use a serrated knife, and it cuts just like a regular cake. I have small tubs over there, I have large tubs over there, I have push pops over there, and then the little tiny half circles are my drink garnishes. So these are really popular for events, weddings. They are big enough that they will fit right on top of a champagne glass without falling in. If you have a wider rimmed glass, just put a skewer or a straw in the middle of it, it'll balance on top of your drink. All of those can be made in any flavor, and if you want me to, I can add edible glitter to the inside that does match all of the allergy restrictions as well, so you can make your drink sparkle and shine just like you do.
Oh my God. My mind is blown right now. Okay, well I'm gonna use my considerable power as the MC to just start with my own question.
Let's do it.
What's the worst flavor experiment we've done?
So people request a coffee flavor or a chocolate flavor. I cannot figure out a chocolate that doesn't taste burnt.
Okay.
And that also, people have great ideas for flavors, but then they never order them at an event. So it doesn't make sense for me to keep something on hand that people aren't ordering.
But no one said like
So-
broccoli or anything.
No,
Okay,
no,
great, just checking.
I do always get pictures if people see a crazy flavor out in the wild, like
Yeah.
pickle cotton candy is really big right now. I'm not gonna delve into that. I love pickles, I love cotton candy, but they don't need to go together by
Okay,
any means.
perfect, all right.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're, Trish.
I have two questions.
Sure.
One, what is shelf life on cotton candy?
Okay, so cotton candy at a gas station, grocery store, things like that. It has a number of added preservatives to it to make it stay longer. My cotton candy, I say a maximum of 1 week. It will last longer than that, but after that point, that's not a product that I'm gonna stand behind. It will start to shrink. The flavor is still good, but it looks stinky in the container. I don't like that. So everything is spun fresh. This was all done last night. I really pride myself on that. I don't want somebody getting something that's been sitting on a shelf for a while. And I think the customers that I've interacted with, they appreciate that. They want something fresh. They want something that
And
feels
then
a little bit.
the second question is,
Sure.
do you have a brick and mortar, or are you just strictly do pop-ups and corporate events?
Yeah, so I do not have a brick and mortar right now. by God's grace, I live in Mexico, Missouri, so Audrain County, and in Audrain County, cotton candy, well, everywhere, it's a non-hazardous good, but it's something that I can produce in-home. So what turned into, hey husband, can I have a little corner of the workout room to make cotton candy? I now have an entire room to myself to store containers, sugar, all of the equipment that I need. So I process everything in-home right now, and within the state of Missouri, I am allowed to ship that if somebody orders. But I do have a number of friends who have commercial kitchens that if I want to send something outside the state of Missouri, I can process it in their location and I'd be able to ship it.
Okay. We'll go here and then here.
How does shipping work?
Yeah,
Is
so
it being temperature sensitive?
yes, so I don't ship it all over the summer months.
Okay.
And anything that I do ship is 2-day maximum.
Heather McGee, Calorie Bank. So when you talk about allergens and things like that, so what kind of a process, or is it a long process to go through, clean everything down before you start and put a new thing in, or do you have to do that in order to make sure that the watermelon allergy, after you spend a bunch of it, isn't carried over into another product?
Right, so all of the recipes are created by me, but all the sugars are created for me in a commercial kitchen elsewhere. They have all the equipment to process it in bulk. I began doing my own sugars, which you can absolutely do within your home, but to the volume that I'm doing it now, I would not see my children. I'd be standing in my kitchen all day long making sugar compounds. So normally people, so this is how it's kind of been in the past, is if someone places an order, I ask about any allergies they may have. Usually, 9 times out of 10 people don't have any allergies. They just enjoy that it happens to be all of these things. And if there is an allergy, it tends to be, we don't want to do any nuts, we don't want to do any red food dye, or we don't want to do any gluten. Since all of my flavors abide by those things, I can easily switch between flavor to flavor. But if there is to be an allergy, I have 6 cotton candy machines, and I would just process on a different machine.
DC.
2 things. I pushed back a little bit on your brand. I think it's great.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to know why you think it doesn't work, because who would have thought Dairy Queen 100 years ago would be for Starbucks? So I think it's unique and I like it.
Thanks.
Second thing is, have you thought about licensing or franchising? Because there's St. Louis and Kansas City. That's a long way from Mexico.
It's a long way from
But
Mexico.
you could have franchisers there do that one.
Yes, I would love to have a little staff of people underneath me. There's actually a woman who's been mentoring me. She it's not that big of a stretch. She makes ice cream sandwiches, but she has kind of made an empire around it, and she's got a staff that works alongside her. So she handles the high level things in terms of scheduling, discussing things with clients, and then she sends people out to go and serve on her behalf. I would love to have that, but there's a little bit of a control thing where if somebody gives me a bad review on Facebook right now, I've got maybe 10 reviews on there. So then that starts to look really bad. It's like, well, only 90% of people would recommend this. So there's a little bit of, I want to make sure that I've really got a good backing behind me. But also I've tried to send other people to weddings before, and they don't want other people, they want me in the cotton candy jumpsuit, which is a good and a bad thing.
Both buying the candy jumpsuits.
Yes.
Well, just to piggyback off that, the pink jumpsuit sounds like a good uniform for
Yeah.
future staff.
Yes, right.
I'm in.
Oh,
Great.
yes, Jay. But anyway, Samantha Walker with Palvella Bookkeeping and Business Services. And as I'm also looking to kind of grow my own brand, you mentioned partnering with other small businesses and, like, for example, my own marketing budget also being used to, get people to know your cotton candy. Do you ever do anything like that, like small little pop by type things? So I was looking at like your push pops or something like
Yes.
that. But if I were to drop something off at an office, what type of product would you recommend as far as the cotton candy goes? Like,
Yeah, so you can pick anything over there. I can create, something for you, or you can give me your logo, things like that. But that would be a great thing to be able to drop off, and it's something memorable.
Yeah.
A lot of people get, you know, a
Like you-
pin.
yeah.
I don't want to talk down to pins. I know we have a lot of banks in here. I'm so sorry. But just something more fun, something that's going to help people remember. I did partner with a bank, and they put their logo and their phone number and things on it. And so now you've got 100 kids running around with cotton candy that's got the information of the bank, and they're gonna remember that.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna remember, like, hey, Avenue Bank, like, they did this for me. This is so fun. I love that bank. Mom and Dad, I wanna go to that bank.
Yeah.
I wish
I
it were
agree.
that easy.
And I know that it's not, but that was just a
No, for
fun,
sure.
like a fun association where the little kid has no idea what a bank actually does, but this bank gave me cotton candy,
Right.
and that's super cool.
I agree,
Sure.
yeah, and kids will ask you multiple times about something that, like you said, they don't know anything about it, they don't know what a bank does,
Yes.
but they'll keep bringing it up.
Ron.
We also have a food truck in addition to the branding company. What about other events? Because we do things like fireworks, ignite the sky, out of Cooper's Landing when they have kids things and things like that. What about partnering with events or people that have like a food truck that would,
Yeah, I would.
instead of them trying to rent a cotton candy machine and sling their own cotton candy and be covered from sugar?
Exactly. So I get a lot of school fundraiser bookings that
Yeah.
exact same way because people get tired of, they can't find anyone to run the cotton candy machine. No one wants to do it. They get covered in sugar. So they bring me on, and we do, you know, a profit share option, and it works out really well for both sides. I say, like before this, I spent 2 years slugging it out at every single festival, farmer's market, anything that I could. But now with having 3 kids underfoot and I'm the primary caregiver, I've got to be really strategic about, I don't want to spend every Saturday away from my kids
Yeah.
from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. hoping that the weather is right for cotton candy, hoping that the event promoters did their job and make sure that people get there. And so I have moved more to weddings, corporate events, catering, deliveries, just to be able to honor time with my family, but also be able to provide something that the community wants and is a great outlet for me.
I think one of your challenges is about, spreading the word. I'm on my kid's school board. Like, I just think like the parent teacher associations or the Homeland School, like my kids always get like Dippin' Dots. Like, I feel like that's the thing they get. I'm like, that sucks. Like, get something better. I mean, it is very allergen friendly, but
Sure.
like, even like if you could, spread the word through like maybe teacher appreciation things, and maybe it's the little guys, so it's not like a huge expense on your part, but getting it out there to the teachers, because then the kids see that and the kids are like, cotton candy, and then the parents start to talk. I think the schools might be your best way to really spread out your because that's where the kids are and that's where the moms are.
Exactly.
And most of the teachers are moms too.
Yeah.
And also I do love your brand. I'm a graphic designer.
Thank
I think
you.
it's really great. I think there's a chance to elevate it. It's probably the font. I don't think it's the image.
We'll put the chick in a pink jumpsuit.
I love that idea.
Christina.
Hi, Christina with BT Cyber. One of the things I was thinking about was how Americans kind of have a hard time when the dyes are taken out of stuff and the color of the food. How are you like combating that? Do you see that as a potential like limiting thing? Because like with it being a dollar collar, like Americans are just used to like
Sure.
a brighter collar food.
Absolutely. So I would say the only thing that limits me is when it comes to the cakes, because online you can see these cotton candy cakes that are a beautiful rainbow color.
Right.
I'm not gonna be able to provide that. But they tend to not care as much if it's in the push pop or the small tub. Cakes are what I sell the least of because they do want that rainbow color. But at the same time, if a kid has a food allergy, or a mom and a dad are trying to keep track of ingredients and they want a cake, they don't care what it looks like. They want it to be something their kid can enjoy, that the group can enjoy. But I have gotten a lot of pushback on that. Well, our birthday party colors are green and blue. Can you make it green and blue? Well, no, I don't want to. I don't want to betray and start going down something that is not what I want to continue doing.
Yeah. I also have a question in terms of like when I go out and do speaking engagements or go to cider conferences and stuff, I have a table where people can pick up swag and stuff.
Yeah.
And you said you do like the customized branding. Do you like also do customized like flavors that like would be exclusive to like that company or?
Yes, so, what's been easiest for people that wanna have kind of their own thing is they will take two flavors that I already have and combine them.
Okay,
So-
that's kind of what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
so most popular, I would say, is people that take root beer and vanilla and make a root beer float, or people that take the cheesecake and then mix it with caramel or strawberry or a cherry to make cherry cheesecake, caramel cheesecake, things like that. And I do offer those for catering events. I don't offer any mixing of flavors on site because I use different containers for each flavor. I use different scoops. But if it's a catering order,
Like I would take it with me to the
yes, I
conference.
can mix the sugar on my end, make sure that it's the right kind of flavor combination, and you can take root beer float or strawberry cheesecake to your group.
Awesome, thank you.
TW, work our way around.
Observation,
Sure.
you're gonna have to give up control at some point if you
Yeah.
grow. Okay, so just get yourself prepared for it. You don't have to grow,
Yeah,
but if you're gonna grow, you're gonna have to eventually clone yourself into other people.
that's right.
Okay, on there you have, you're trying to hire an employee, somebody to be you. You had very young on there, on the bullet point.
I think it was very young company is what I think.
Okay, I just maybe read, I just
Yeah.
wasn't
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so just a very young company, but the
Okay.
biggest hurdle that I've hit with this is that I can't provide somebody a consistent, you're gonna be employed
Yeah.
every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. And I want people to have great jobs, and there's not a lot of people who have great jobs that are also willing to say, hey, I can come help man a booth, or I can help make cotton candy at an event.
So, you might, retired people might be perfect for you. Because they,
Sure.
also churches, if you haven't been contacting them, they do these, fun events outside and they want that kind of thing, so.
Yes.
Them, and on your logo, if you go back to the logo, the chicken, you're the pink chick. Make the chicken pink. You are the pink chick. Brand
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
I know you want color.
And I love this. Yeah, and I love this so much, but it just feels like if I'm doing a wedding, do they want to see this at their wedding, or do they want to see something a little more elevated?
I think that's great.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes people smile.
Yeah.
Brandon.
So what's your 5 favorite flavors? Or what's your most 5 popular flavors?
So most popular flavors that I have are root beer, marshmallow, and strawberry. Those are the ones that people ask for the most. The root beer is just intriguing enough that they think this could be disgusting or this could be amazing. And they try it and they go, it's amazing, this is crazy. So those are the ones that I get the most requests for in person, and then everyone that wants a packaged item picks cherry or vanilla.
Interesting. Aaron.
Aaron Fox, children's book author. Nice to meet you. So the branding on the cotton candy, do you also do wholesale? Like, could I get some and sell it at events with my children's books?
I would have to look into kind of what the county would say about that, about reselling. It might have to be processed within a commercial kitchen for you to resell it.
Gotcha.
I haven't really gone down the wholesale or retail route simply because of the shelf life. I wanna make sure it's a quality product I'm providing people, and I don't expect a store to sell through cotton candy in 3 to 5 days.
Okay. Well, I'm always looking to get rid of my kids, so if I go to an event and you want somebody to sell it, maybe we can partner that way.
Yeah, I just bought my 2 girls pink jumpsuits, they're gonna come with me. If people pass by the booth and they don't respond, my 4-year-old says, hey, why didn't you stop? She's had about an 80% success rate, people turn around and buy cotton. She's the right gal to take.
That'll do it. We'll go Brandy and then we'll work our way back across.
Can I make a comment on Aaron? You could do it where get a free cotton candy push pop for every book that you sell,
Yeah.
and then up your price by $2 on the book.
Yeah.
Exactly right, yeah.
Smart.
Gift with purchase.
I totally lost it. It was off DW and I can't remember now. So.
Okay, we'll work our way back. Here we go.
Ryan with Sheridan Valley. I have a question about your pricing. You say you have more work than what can do by yourself. So I'm curious what you're charging and kind of what that pricing structure is
Yeah,
like.
so the drink garnishes without glitter are $1.50 each, with glitter are $2, push pops are $4, small tubs are $5, large tubs are $8, and cakes are $25.
Do you have any pushback or anything on those prices from?
The most pushback that I get are for the large tubs, but if people want me there, they figure out a way to be there, or they find someone to come in and sponsor it, or we work something out. But I haven't had a ton of pushback on, my pricing is online, so.
So
I think he's saying raise your prices.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just, 25, 50 cents, that's gonna add up a lot.
Of course.
And that may kind of level out your load.
Yeah, I just need people to stop getting married on the exact same day, or having like multiple fundraisers on the same day. Like that's the thing, is like, we went you for our wedding, and we're getting married on September 18th, whatever. And I end up the next week, I'm getting married on September 18th, and I'm like, you gotta pick another day if you want me to be there, you know?
You'll be there for the rehearsal dinner.
But that I can usually turn it into, hey, would you be open to a catering order? Or it turns into, hey, whoever pays me first gets me to be there. It's a great way to get people to pay their deposits on time, for sure. If you want me there, which is great. That sounds like really like, kind of like elevated to say, but like Caitlin and I go, but like when you go to get your oil change, they expect payment on site. And for people that are more like vendors, they tend to think, well, I can just pay you later, or I can. You wouldn't go and get your oil change and say, oh, hey, can I pay you in 2 weeks? No, we're gonna like ask for payment at the same time, because there's a ton of work that goes in ahead of time for me, especially for Caitlin as well. Like balloons don't inflate themselves, so.
Greg?
I want to piggyback off DC's idea with licensing. My brother has a beignet stand that he's had incredible success working with the concessions companies down in San Antonio to bring his product to Spurs games, the independent hockey leagues. Because you have off-site manufacturing for your product, it might be something to look into with these large concessions companies that manage like the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, where you can ship your product to them. They already have the equipment on site, and up-level the existing cotton candy experience at these sporting events. Another thing I'm thinking about for staffing is looking into an experiential marketing company and working with them, because you and what you bring is so much a part of the brand. You don't want to just hire anyone. You want somebody that can capture your energy and spirit. And I'm thinking, I know they've grown, they're working with like Ferrari now, but someone like an in-cast marketing, Destiny McKnight, who used to live here in Columbia, does. But finding an experiential marketing company that can capture you and recreate that on site would allow you to really expand. And then also, like DC said, licensing your product would be a great way to still control your brand, but get it spread out to where it's less tied to the experience and more about the product and what you put into it.
Thank you.
Bobby and then Leah.
Bobby Wilson, Peace Love House Pet Setters. I would have the conversation that I had for you with my husband for years. You have kind of the same business we do, in the fact that we don't have everyday pet setting. We don't have the same thing, but we had to hire because it got out of control. And you're at that point, you've got 6 machines going on. I mean, seriously, and it was hard for him to give it away, but his thing was, I can't offer somebody a 40-hour-a-week job. People don't want 40-hour-a-week jobs.
Correct.
They don't.
Yeah.
So piece people in. They will love to work for you for this day or that day, or this event or that event, but you have to give it up. It's really hard, and I know, and people want you, they'll get over it when you start saying we. Whenever you advertise yourself in as a we and not an I, you will become the company and not the person, and you will be able to exceed far beyond what you are. I had this conversation with my husband, sorry, a little passionate. I've been there, but it's hard to do, and I understand. I saw your body change even when you talk about it. You do this. So, but remember, people don't want full time. They really, truly don't. They want to have a life too, and so they enjoy that part-time thing that they can do, or that fill in for you. Take advantage of it now.
And if you want you to be part of the experience, you can charge double.
Yeah.
And your employees can charge what you're charging
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I'm serious.
exactly.
I'm serious,
Really
right?
low.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's really how that works.
An appearance fee.
Leo?
Like a mascot.
I'm not the, I'm Leo, and, well, I don't have an official license,
I'm starting my own business.
I'm starting my own business called Break For You, and it's an animal and.
You don't have to explain
Okay,
all that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, are you, how much does it cost to make, and how much do you earn a day, about on average?
How much do I earn a day on average? So I don't have to work every day, which is good, because I've got 3 little babies to take care of. But I think I told you the pricing on all of that. So each, I can make, out of 1 jumbo cotton candy cone, I can make 3 of those drink garnishes. And I've got about 22 cents into, and I sell those for $1.50 a piece.
Yep.
And one thing on that is it feels a little scary to talk about pricing out loud. But I used to offer hand spun cotton candy cones on site for $3.50 and nobody wanted them. They now are $5 and everybody wants them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and I would say that it's not 22 cents though, right? Because I mean, like the packaging is expensive.
Yes, yes.
Right, and then all the other costs, so, yeah, so
The equipment.
it's not real.
And all of my packaging I have upgraded here recently to a thicker plastic that people can then reuse if they want to. I can't reuse it, but if you want to take it home and you can put your leftovers or whatever in it, that's great. And the thicker walled plastic keeps the product fresher longer.
Alright, I'm gonna work my way around Priscilla and then Kylie.
You wanna go first, Kylie?
No, you go. Okay. So, Priscilla Rose, I'm a mindset coach and motivational speaker.
Great
I host
jacket,
a
by the
lot-
way.
I know, right? I wear the right color. But, so I host a lot of women events, right? So whenever you use the phrase sugar mama, I literally got to thinking, you sending out sugar mamas, they're all wearing your pink jumpsuits. Like those are ladies. I'm sending out my sugar mamas, but if you want this sugar mama, you gotta pay extra. And literally, like, you going into women events or whatever and doing fashion shows of like the jumpsuits, just making it fun. And like, you were on a podcast or whatever for moms.
Yes.
And whenever moms, I have 3 kids, they're in their 20s now, but when we would go to state fairs, I wanted a healthier option. You're such a unique specimen in that, to where like, when you use the phrase, I don't want to give up sugar, I just want to do it better. That's huge. And so I'm just like, send out your sugar mamas.
That's really good. I like that a lot.
Glucose guardians. So.
Glucose
We
guardians.
can all be a part of it, okay? We can all be a part of it.
I love Priscilla's ideas. That was awesome. And I did write down a handful of things, so I'm gonna run through it pretty quick. But if you like at the end want to snap a picture or anything, just
Great.
Okay, so Google or Facebook reviews. You were talking about that's been a struggle, and you want more of them. Something I did for my business is I incentivize people to leave a review. Now, how ethical and legal is this? I don't know. I've heard mixed opinions, but I was
I give
like,
them a free T-shirt if they do it.
okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that worked for me. In like a month, I got like 30 reviews after I turned this thing on.
Yes.
It was like you get a free hour if you leave a Google review. So something like that you could do. And then if you get a negative one for any reason, it won't matter as much because you'll have a lot more. And so my next thought was wholesaling to bars. So if I'm out at a bar and there's like some healthier cotton candy or just cotton candy period, and it has even like maybe like a light up stick or something, like that would go crazy at like Willie's or one of those.
Yeah. I was wondering about that.
Yes.
Yes.
So it was that picture that made me think about that. Like at a bar, if everyone's walking around with their little light up cotton candy, that would do really well. You could wholesale to a bar. Yeah.
Or the garnishes, the drink garnishes.
Yes.
Yeah, that too. And do you go to farmers markets at all and sell it? Those?
I don't anymore.
Okay.
Like I said, I've got 3 little ones, so it's.
Yeah.
I hate to use that as an obstacle, but it absolutely is. Like,
Yeah.
we've not got people to hand off the kids to consistently. Even making this was.
Your sugar mamas is
Another route to go. I love the sugar mama thing, but I was also thinking like a college girl or a sorority girl will easily put on a pink jumpsuit and go to any event that you need them to. If it's like a weekend flea market, like for $100 or something, they'll go out.
Yeah.
They'll stand and look cute in their jumpsuit. And so maybe that's a way to open back up the farmer's market if that did well.
Yes.
And then I'm thinking like if you can go to events that have a weekly cadence, you can start doing punch cards. On the note of doing stuff at colleges, so there's a place called SIPS in the student center at Mizzou, and she has insane foot traffic. It's not the same SIPS that's like on the south side of town, but it's a similar concept, like Lotus drinks. She has thousands of people every day, not kidding. So if you can wholesale to her, like that would do insanely well on campus, I think. And then just a couple more things. I don't know, I had an idea from this hot dog cart called the Glizness. I'm sure we've all seen the Glizness around town. I think the cotton candy cart could be really cute. And I think, you could wholesale, or no, you could cater to sorority events.
Just like Sips does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has, I think just a SIPS partnership would be really cute, because you guys have similar branding. Like anywhere SIPS goes, you go. Because she doesn't have any food on her menu, so that would be good. And high school sports events at concession stands.
That was gonna be mine after.
Yeah.
Especially if you had a cart.
I think also, you're talking about the freshness stuff. If you're talking about a wholesaling deal with anyone, and you talk about like being on the shelf, enforced scarcity can win.
Yeah.
It can actually be a bonus. There's only, the person, SIPS could say, you know, Alexis is bringing stuff on Tuesdays. If you're not one of the first 50 people in the door, you're not gonna get any Coops. And so it's not gonna be a thing that it's sitting on the shelf, it's gonna be that it goes in the first hour, because people are gonna make it a destination. Because the enforced scarcity of it actually is a bonus.
Yeah, and I've had businesses reach out that say, well, I wanna offer this, and so we try to cater it to like a one-day event that they're doing a sidewalk sale or doing something that's like, this is all gonna come in and go out within the same day.
Right.
Because then they have a positive experience with the business, they have a positive experience with me. I would love to do retail, like it would be great to see my stuff there, but I am absolutely unwilling to have somebody go in and have a deflated product, something that tastes like from a gas station.
If you only give them 100 pieces, and they will say, if you're not here in the first hour, you're probably gonna miss it, and then all of a sudden you're off to the races. And you just know that 100 pieces are gonna go every week or twice a week or whatever. So, all right, last couple here, we'll go here and Scott, and then we'll be done. And then can you stick around for a bit after? Okay, great.
Ray Jaton with Anchor My Business. Since the first time I met you, I've followed you on Facebook. And I see some of your reels and everything. It looks like you really have a fun time with the family and everything. So that being said, knowing that you're in Mexico, I know of a product that might allow you to do a live webinar where you could stream it live on Facebook and YouTube, and creates an AI link that can invite them back to your live. And if you're going through your website showing them the products or how to book an appointment, how to book an event, it allows you to give interaction to the screen, and so they can go ahead and book it. You can have up to 600 people on a call and target, you know, a geographic area. You know, if it's Missouri, or if you want to down the road ship to another state or whatever. If I can be helpful to you, let me know.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, for like a time, I'll go quick. Scott Crystal, Colonial Mercantile, I sell to people in their homes. Some quick ideas. I don't know if you've been reaching out to nonprofits, but these days, they're gonna really need fundraising opportunities. If you decide that you wanna go the franchise route, I've got someone you could talk to. They just retired, they were an attorney for, and they were doing franchises. I don't know if you've considered drop shipping. That may be too much of a time waster for you. And two other things. One, some of the event planners in town, like Henry Lynn Events, would probably be very interested in talking to you, and I can connect you. And also, lastly, have you talked to dentists about partnering with them?
Yes. I get some that bite and some that don't. And there is a national Tooth Fairy Day that I try to celebrate every year with dentists, which is really fun because cotton candy was created by a dentist and a scientist together at the World's Fair, so it's a really fun connection.
I used to do a thing with dentists where they do a candy buyback, where they buy back candy after Halloween. So you can do that where they buy back the candy and in exchange they get this instead.
That's a great idea.
All right, Greg's had his hand up. We're gonna go to Greg, and then we're gonna wrap up. So.
I feel like our new attendee with the freeze-dried food business might have some insights for you as well, even though she hasn't said anything today.
I'm taking it all in. This is a lot.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Alexis.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. So, Alexis is going to stick around, so if you have more thoughts, questions, flavor suggestions, please check in with her. And then we'll go from there, and we will see you all next Wednesday.